Hey, this is April Hill with the local gym. I'm one of the trainers here. Today I'm going to show you guys some stuff you can do with all the different balls here. So Swiss ball or physio ball, depending on who you are, different names for it. Medicine ball, slam ball, okay? So the first thing I'm going to show you is the physio ball or the Swiss ball can be used for helping you do traditional exercises with more perfect form. So that's the first thing I'm going to show you. And then it also can use to make traditional moves more challenging. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a squat. So all of us do squats, I'm sure, a lot, but not all of us can do them to depth. I'm actually one of those people because I tend to feel like I'm going to tip backwards. I don't have great ankle mobility. So this is a great way for you to work on getting your depth to your squat. You can still hold a weight or something like that if you would like to, but to get to your level 1, or if you don't do squats, so kind of put it to a little bit higher on your back, kind of between your shoulder blades, a little bit lower. Get your good traditional shoulder width stance. You can put your feet out if you would prefer to. Sumo stance is often more comfortable for a lot of people, including myself. Lean your weight back on it, so that way you're not feeling like you're going to topple over, and then just do your squat. And then that way you can concentrate on all those little cues that you need to have that perfect squat. Pushing through your heels, making sure you have that tiny bit more posterior tilt versus anterior tilt to your hips. Okay? Again, you can still hold weight if you want to, but this will allow you to work on getting that depth. The other thing that you can use that I really like to use this for is so many people have shoulder mobility issues. I cannot tell you how many people I talk to when they're doing a shoulder press and they say they've got pain in their shoulders. It's very, very common. So again, get your weight. It takes a little bit of maneuvering here, but get your ball back up. Lean back into it again. And then instead of doing your shoulder press here, do your shoulder press here. Okay? So this is pretty lightweight, but it changes that angle and makes you use completely perfect form when you take out that traditional standing up. It sounds like it's a small cue, but it makes a big difference in the angle that you're pressing. So I wanted to show you those two first because I think those are two traditional exercises that, whether you have hip or shoulder issues, can be challenging, even though they're classics. The other thing that this ball can do is it can make traditional moves more difficult. So if you are doing a plank and you're over 2 minutes, you're doing a pretty good plank. You probably need to make it more challenging for yourself. So you can go ahead and get on the ball, okay? And you can work on your plank there, okay? Same thing with push-ups. Once you get in this position, if you guys are getting tons and tons of reps on your push-ups, this is going to make your push-up obviously more challenging as well. So, you can, anytime you have an unstable surface, it's going to make it harder. You could use this again for abs while I'm up here. You could do, your knee tuck. You could do a pike where you come up, get that rear into the ceiling, right? Obviously you can hear I'm already getting breathless, right? So anytime you have that unstable surface, it's going to make it a lot harder. Staying with abs, if some of you do dead bug, which is a really popular move where you push into, your knee, you could use this as well. So it's a little bit of a dead bug variation. So it doesn't look like I'm doing much, but that really gets your core fired up. You could put it between your knees, just even, bringing your bent knee version. You can straighten your legs, bring it down and up. You can add where you're passing to your hands and back and forth. So getting into abs, one thing you can do is a variation on a dead bug. So opposite hand, opposite knee, and push. So again, just like y'all have heard me say 1,000 times with other exercises, you can kind of fake your way through anything. But if you really add and you're pushing, it really fires up that core, okay? And then you can just go back and forth. And man, that's hard. Remember to breathe. I'm talking, but remember to breathe. Glute bridge, really popular exercise. Again, you can do this on the ground, but again, to make it harder, make it more unstable, doing it on the ball. Hamstrings on fire, you guys. You can do a hamstring curl. So bring it out and in. I'm always looking for hamstring exercises because I have really weak hamstrings. So these are really great exercises that you can add into your leg day. Also, while we're talking about crunches, it's not traditionally in the ball category, but your Bosu ball, I feel like I need to at least mention it. This is really, really good to just do a traditional crunch on. You get a fuller range of motion. So in a traditional crunch, when you're on the floor, you can't go very far back. This is going to allow you to go back further and come up. Okay? Again, sometimes I don't even like to use my hands so you don't pull on your neck. You think that that's an easy crunch? Do 5 sets of 25 of those, and I promise you, you'll feel it the next day. Other thing that you can do with the Bosu ball is I like to do these with burpees as well to kind of make it a little bit harder. So do a press, push-ups. Again, the unstable surface is going to make a push-up a lot harder on this. And again, you can do all sorts of burpees on these. I like doing burpees on the unstable surface. That takes us straight to the medicine ball. You could do it on a smaller medicine ball. So again, a push-up with a wider push-up tends to be easier than that narrow, more military stance. So you could do a plank here. Okay, you could do burpees with this. You could do mountain climbers, again, to make your mountain climbers harder. Okay. You can use medicine balls for anything that would be traditional weight. So I talk to so many people that work out here, and you travel, and you know your gym doesn't have a ton of dumbbells at the hotel. It just has a couple of medicine balls in there. So you can use anything for weight. You could do you could do a squat clean. You could do a squat press. You can make up all sorts of different things that you can do with this. The other thing that you can do, again, we're not going to do it right here on the glass, but if you wanted to take it out back, or again, if you're doing this when you're away, you can do that little slam against the wall. We've talked in other videos about agility, how that side-to-side motion is really going to help. So slam it against the wall. Watch out for the actual medicine balls though, because these bounce a little. So don't slam the medicine balls because you might catch one in the face. So that takes me right to the slam ball, obviously. So the slam ball is a little bit more uneven weight, which adds a little extra something. So obviously slams, we all know that one, right? You want to make sure to kind of come into a little bit of a squat. Use your core, right? You can also do where you throw it up. People forget about that one. Throw it straight up in the air. Change the motion. A little bit different muscle groups. You can throw it over your shoulder. Okay? Same thing. You can still do those side-to-side slams where you take that little step, little side step. You can do where you have lunges. This is a really good one. So I like the lunge and go to each side. Again, kind of add a little core on top of the lunge. Okay, and then of course, good old classic Russian twist. So level 1, you can have your feet on the ground, take your feet off for more challenge. Again, I've only got 10 pounds here, but here at the gym we've got, I think, 20, 30, 40, I believe. So you can get really, really heavy and challenge yourself more and more and more. Okay, so that's some good ideas for all the different balls we have here. If you guys got any ideas, send it to us. Tag us on Facebook, Instagram, hashtag us. Let us know what you're doing, and so that we can all get stronger together.